welcome to this edition of Behind the Badge. I'm Christy Hopkins, Director of Media and Public Relations for the Harford County Sheriff's Office. This is a busy time of year with those of us charged with protecting the citizens of Harford County. Ghosts and goblins will soon be roaming our streets asking for tricks and treats, and we'll make sure they do so safely. There's been thefts at a local eatery, so we've got some tips on how to keep your valuables where they belong. And beware of phone scammers. We'll show you how to detect a phone scam and what to do about it. We consistently remind you, and it bears repeating, what can you do to keep your car and valuables safe? And even though school is just starting for some Harford County students, class just concluded for some of our newest deputies. And it's recognition time for some of our dedicated deputies. But wait, there's more. October is Crime Prevention Month. But do you really know what that means? Here's Sergeant Aaron Penman to fill us in.
Hello everyone, my name is Sergeant Aaron Penman with the Harford County Sheriff's Office Community Policing Unit, here to talk about Crime Prevention Month. Crime Prevention Month started in 1984 to help law enforcement and community members build a relationship and provide resources and crime tips for our community members. Throughout the month of October, Community Policing Unit will be in your community with several of our resources, one of which is the Hope House, which is the heroin overdose prevention effort to give parents early warning indicators if their kids start to begin to experiment with drugs. Other resources we'll have out there is our crime prevention trailer that allows kids to have an ID card and carry around in case they ever need it. We'll also be there to answer any questions, any concerns they have in the community, and provide resources and information about Neighborhood Watch programs. For more information, please follow the Harford County Sheriff's Office Facebook for times and locations. I look forward to seeing you in the community. Thank you.
At this time of year, ghosts and goblins are preparing to roam our neighborhoods looking for treats or else. To make sure this year's Halloween is more safe and less spooky, we have some tips for parents and trick-or-treaters.
Hello, I'm Deputy Jody Nichols from the Harford County Sheriff's Office Community Policing Unit. I'm here today to talk about Halloween safety. As your children go out for trick-or-treating, we have a few recommendations for the parents as reminders. Please accompany your child if possible. If you do have a child that's going off on their own that might be a little older, we recommend that you set a time for them to be back, some way to communicate throughout the evening. If you decide that you're going to accompany them, there's a few things that we recommend for your children. Something reflective on their costume would be great. It can be as simple as a glow stick, just to hang around their neck, some kind of reflective strap or band or sticker or tape. And by all means, parents, please carry some sort of flashlight. Everyone has a cell phone. Use your flashlight on your cell phone. A simple flashlight or a little bit of a deluxe model. This way, drivers will see if your child is crossing the street. For their safety, we recommend these few items. We also recommend that if your child is out and you're in a large group, to possibly attach a whistle to them. They could do a lanyard with a whistle and a flashlight. That way, if they do get separated from the party, you're able to locate them more easily. Parents, please remind your child not to go any house that is dark. Skip that house and go to the next well-lit house. Also, please remind your child not to go into any stranger's home or any stranger's vehicle. And parents, please, at the end of the evening, check your child's candy. Just follow these tips and you will have a safe and happy Halloween.
Growing up, we were the typical family. We were close. I had 3 younger sisters, and I was the oldest. Hannah was the youngest. 10 years difference between us. And, none of us ever expected it to end up the way it did.
I never would have imagined or suspected that our family would end up where we are today.
Yeah, the drug counselor read the test results, called us on the phone. She's got fatal levels of opiates in her body. We immediately got her into a program.
What's so awful about the drugs is that you have no idea where it may take you.
I would do anything in the world to just have like one more minute with her, just to hug her and see her smile again. I loved her so much.
Heroin is stronger than anything, and it was becoming stronger than love at that point.
Welcome back to Behind the Badge. This year we've seen a number of brazen thefts, many happening at Panera Bread restaurants, along with other restaurants and eateries throughout Harford County. But you don't have to be a victim. Let's find out what to look for and how to protect your valuables.
Hi, I'm Deputy Nicholas Govia, Harford County Sheriff's Office, and I have information about a recent crime trend we're finding in restaurants throughout Harford County. Since the start of the year, we've had several brazen incidents where women have had their credit cards stolen right out of their purses while they're in busy restaurants. And what we have found is that the women tend to leave their pocketbooks unsecure on the back of a chair or next to them, and the suspects will sit behind them and reach into the pocketbooks where they take their credit cards. What we have found is that suspects will enter a restaurant. When they're in there, they'll start looking around for an easy target. And an easy target is someone who will leave their purse on the back of the chair or next to them, or leave it unattended. Once they find someone, they'll sit down next to them or close to the purse. They'll then reach in where they'll grab their wallet. They'll take credit cards out of the wallet and then return the wallet back into the purse. And most of the time, the victims don't even know that this happened. Once they leave the restaurant, they'll take your credit card and go to a big box store where they'll spend your money. To prevent something like this from happening to you, you want to make yourself a hard target by keeping your purse closed or zipped up within your reach, and be aware of your surroundings. If you recognize any of these suspects, let us know. If you're a victim of this crime, call your bank, call your credit card companies, and call us.
Restaurants aren't the only place where thieves are active. They'll target your vehicle too.
All over Harford County, criminals are consistently looking for vehicles that they consider easy targets. Hi, I'm Sergeant Warren Brooks, Harford County Sheriff's Office, Northern Precinct Patrol Division. And today I'm going to give you some tips on how you can keep your car and your valuables safe. The most important thing you can do to keep your vehicle and your valuables safe is simply lock your doors. Thieves walk through neighborhoods looking for cars they consider easy targets because the doors are left unlocked. Another important detail is to make sure you don't leave your valuables in plain view inside your vehicle. Hide your valuables before you get to your location or take them with you once you get there. Once you reach your destination, try to park in a well-lit area. That way thieves are less likely to try to make an attempt on your vehicle. When approaching your destination and before exiting your vehicles, pay particular attention to your surroundings, especially any suspicious activity or persons before you exit your vehicle. And it may seem obvious, but don't leave your keys in the vehicle. Since January of this year, we've had 12 vehicles taken to Harford County where the owner left their keys in an unsecured vehicle. And remember, the best way to protect yourself and your belongings is to lock your car.
Phone scammers are hard at work all year round, and some of them are posing as one of our own. Scammers are posing as Sergeant Mike Lane. You may recognize him from several previous Behind the Badge appearances and our Traffic Tip Tuesday, but he's not showing up on your voicemail. Here's Sergeant Keith Roach with some more information on protecting yourself from phone scams.
Hi, this is Sergeant Keith Roach with the Harford County Sheriff's Office. I'm here to talk to you about phone scams. No legitimate company or government agency is going to request you to make a payment by a Green Dot card or a gift card or anything like that. So if that's the case, go ahead and just hang up immediately and contact the Sheriff's Office. People get these phone calls every day. Typically they'll become pushy, request personal information, money be sent. Just if that's the case, then it's not a legitimate company you need to hang up, and if you're still feeling comfortable, you can contact the Sheriff's Office. We'll try to assist you. Unfortunately, when this happens, there's not much we can do. The suspects are typically out of state or out of the country, so help us help you. Speak to your neighbors about these scams if you have one, and be smart and be safe.
And here is the original Sergeant Mike Lane talking about that scam involving him.
Hi, I'm the real Sergeant Mike Lane. On Friday, several of you received voicemail from somebody impersonating me. This caller is advising to call a number, and it was reference to a civil matter and very important to get back with them. As you found out, the number was no good. Just remember, if ever you get a call like this and they're requiring you to make a payment using a gift card or a Green Dot card, it's a scam. Just hang up. Now we're going to play the message that the scammer was using. Thanks, and please be safe.
Yes, this is Sergeant Mike Lane with the Harford County Sheriff's Office, ma'am. I'm calling for Miss. Ma'am, this call is in regards to an ongoing civil matter, ma'am. You need to contact us back as soon as possible at 410-849-6102. Once again, you need to call us back at 410-849-6102. Ma'am, this call is very urgent and is requiring your immediate attention.
From our dining and shopping, to our rich history, to everything water, to the decor capital of the world.
Come have a ball and Havre de Grace.
A great place to live, work, and play. Come discover and explore havredegrace.com.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a correctional deputy? Well, it's a challenging job that requires lots of training and vigilance. So let's get a first-hand look at a day in the life of Correctional Deputy Luke Huseman.
Here at the Harford County Detention Center, our primary concern is care, custody, and control. That being care, we give the inmates what they need in order to survive, being their food, shelter, things of that nature. Custody being that we keep them contained in a safe environment, and control meaning if we have any issues or problems with the inmates, we take care of it in that situation to the best of our ability in the safest way possible. Here at the Harford County Detention Center, when you work security, this is the first place you're going to end up coming to. This is called a roll call room. This is where we have our supervisors in here that take roll call of all the officers that are present for the day. And you're going to be assigned different posts. And these post assignments are found on this clipboard here, where you could be minimum security, medium security, you could be maximum security, or even one of the DSUs. We'll have regular days off each rotation, so we'll have those 2 days off, and then when we come back, this is a very vital portion of the day because we'll be caught up to speed on everything that happened during our RDOs. So we'll sit here and they'll go through any incidents that may have occurred, anything like that. We'll have high-risk inmates that we have that might happen within that time frame, and it's very vital that we know all that information going into our day. Here in the detention center, we have a lot of the areas that we have are going to be very similar. The biggest difference between each area is going to be the security level that we have. This here is the maximum security blocks, and this we have 23-hour lockdown, and we have 1 hour a day that they come out and they do the recreation time where they might talk on the phone to their people, they might have TV time that they do, they work out in the day room. Here we have more frequent tours that we have to conduct. We have more of a isolated environment, if you will. We have a lot of the inmates that are higher risk. They have handcuff orders and things like that, so it's easier to have a controlled environment such as this. And that's essentially the maximum security blocks. We'll go to the DSU next, Direct Supervision Unit, and we'll show you that. This is our Direct Supervision Unit, or DSU. We can house up to 48 inmates in here per one officer. It best utilizes the manpower that we have, and this here is the future of corrections. Here in the Direct Supervision Unit, we have more contact with the inmates as opposed to in the maximum security blocks, which we just saw, that is a linear design, so there's less contact because of the bars. As you can see in here, we don't have the bars, so you have more contact with the inmates directly. You can talk to them, you can interact with them, and it's more of a positive environment in this environment as opposed to the old linear design of the jail. So with this being the future corrections, that's exactly what we mean. It's more of a positive environment that we can get these guys reintroduced into the outside world. I started here at the detention center in 2006. It's now over 12 years ago. I had a deputy when I used to work at Subway that came in and asked me if I ever thought about a future in law enforcement. At the time I was only 18 years old, so she said, "Yeah, you can start at the jail." They hired at 18, so I made my transition into the detention center. Eventually had my thoughts of going to law enforcement. Got here, by the time I was 24, 25, I thought about doing it, and I ended up just deciding to stay here and make it a career. This is the forgotten portion of law enforcement, but we provide a public service here, and we're a very vital part of the county, and here at the detention center, I'm proud to work here. I hope I was able to give you some insight on what we do here at the detention center as correctional officers to do our part to keep Harford County safe and secure.
On August 2nd, after 6 months of rigorous training at the Harford County Sheriff's Office Training Academy, 17 deputies graduated, beginning their careers in law enforcement in Harford and Cecil counties. We wish them much success. This summer, 6 explorers with the Harford County Sheriff's Office Explorers Post 6600 traveled to the National Law Enforcement Exploring Conference, where they won first place in the white-collar crime category. We honored them at our first community CompStat, and we congratulate them on this awesome accomplishment. And as long as we're talking awards, let's salute one of our own Harford County Sheriff's deputies who is recognized for going beyond the badge. Corporal David McDougall, a supervisor with the Harford County Narcotics Task Force, was honored with the Deputy Sheriff of the Year Award by the National Sheriff's Association. I'm sure you've heard of the Lip Sync Challenge. Well, our Harford County Sheriff's deputies were up to the challenge and found we can lip sync with the best of them. To watch our full video, go to our Facebook page or YouTube channel.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. Come on, like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights, when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I is rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know, so just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah. So keep
Now let's check in with our cold case file. On October 17, 1989, 83-year-old Ann First and 56-year-old Helen Larkin were found murdered in First's home at 818 Maxa Road in Aberdeen. Both were found bludgeoned to death, and the motive is believed to be burglary. Detectives continue the investigation into this crime. However, there are currently no suspects in their murder. If you have information about this crime, contact us or use our anonymous tip link. Thanks for joining us today on Behind the Badge. We have lots more to share with you about who we are, what we do, and how we keep you and your family safe here in Harford County. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram for more information about our agency between episodes. Until next time, for Behind the Badge, I'm Christy Hopkins.